Welcome to the Ladies Enrichment Club Worldwide, where we support women all over the world to grow their businesses and to help them in their personal life. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Urvashi, and she will be telling you a little bit more about herself and maybe a little bit about her hobbies. Hi, Urvashi.
Hi Zelda, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for
So happy
joining
to be
us.
here.
Great. Go ahead and tell us more about your hobbies and where do you come from?
So I originally come from India, but I've lived in Dubai for about 15 years, 16 years now. And it was back in 2013 that I decided that I wanted to try being a photographer because I had this thing for the camera. And I thought it might just be a nice hobby. So I went for a cousin's wedding and I took some pictures, and my pictures turned out better than the actual photographer there. So we were like, oh my God, mom, dad, I think I want to do this. And my parents were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I quit a marketing job, got into photography, didn't know where to start, what to do. Uh, Started to teach myself till about a year later. I found a mentor and I told my parents, okay, I'm going to India because I want to understand wedding photography. So I came to India and I shot over 100 weddings before I decided that I wanted to start my own business. So I moved back to Dubai and I opened Fables and Hues. And now it's been a couple of years and we are doing fairly well. So basically, I took my passion and made it my profession. And I guess I was lucky enough that I understood my calling way before many other people do. So yeah,
Mhm,
that's basically how it all started. I took my favorite thing and made it my profession, so I never get bored of it.
That is that is so amazing too. Like you said, you realized way before what you really want to do, and
Yeah.
no, you didn't waste any time. Basically, you just
No,
knew
no,
that,
right. It was very quick. Yeah.
that's
It
amazing.
I think a lot of women have a very strong intuition, a sixth sense, and I just followed it. It was something that came so strongly to me that I should look at the possibilities of being a photographer. And
Mm,
there's so many instances where I have been at a shoot, there've been a team of 20 plus men and I'm the only girl, and
mm,
yet I have people come up to me and tell me how proud they are that they see a female photographer. And Indian weddings, I'm not sure how aware you are about them, they last for days. So an Indian wedding would finish at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. There's total chaos and there are no retakes. So
yeah.
we get to do this every single, I don't know, season day, and we get to experience different people, touch different lives, make memories, and save very special memories. One of my favorite things to do is to find moments within a moment. So
Mm,
whether it be a tear, a hidden silent tear, or
mm,
just the glance of an eye, something that's just very something that you might just miss.
mm.
And yeah, so that's how for
Capture it.
me it's like, yeah, it's just the whole the excitement of it you
Yes.
know so
Photography is, I've said it before, I'm doing photography, but it is such a lovely hobby. You know,
yes.
if you don't know what to do as a hobby, do photography. I
Photography.
promise you that you will look back and just play around with the camera. But
Yes, yes.
I love close-ups, like you said, getting that little bit about what people don't really see, but you have seen that. Um, that is just, it's giving me goosebumps right now. I love it so much. I'm here in my studio and I am doing product photography and I love getting close up with products, you know,
Yeah, I love that.
getting the details of the products. You love wedding photography. So
Yeah,
why did you choose wedding photography and not some another type of photography? Is it
this
because
is my
of
favorite question.
yeah, okay.
I love this question. Wedding photography is the in my opinion, the only genre of photography where we actually have a bit of everything. So we have portraiture, we have events, we have decor, we have product, we have everything included. And it's just about that one day, or in Indian weddings, 3 days. So I think for me, the biggest challenge was to be able to do a wide variety and have a larger skill set in terms of a photographer, and yet challenge myself for every single wedding or event that I did.
Mm.
Because again, like I said earlier, there are no retakes. So it's that much exciting. It pushes your creativity, it pushes your limits, because if you start posting the same thing, there's while you do have a style, there's also a lot of repetition. So to avoid that repetition, you're constantly pushing yourself to find something new, find something more creative. If it's a ring, then how do you use that same ring and use it in 10 different ways and create 10 different angles and lighting and the rest of it. So for me, the fun of being a wedding photographer is that I just get to have so many different genres of photography, and I get to experience all of them and experiment with all of them.
That's lovely. And people that is looking for a wedding photographer can actually, and they're looking at this video, can be in contact with you.
Yes.
I think you are there for not just for Indian weddings, but for any, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for any wedding photography, it's about the emotion. And one of the things, if you've gone to my website, you've seen it says, "Let's live memories."
Mm.
And I believe that as a photographer, I have the power to hold on and freeze a moment and have a client live that memory years later. So I believe in that line of "let's live memories," because as a wedding photographer, no matter which wedding, which religion, which country, at the end of the day, it's about two people and two families coming together.
Such a special moment. And as a photographer, sometimes you might feel a little bit, can I say, stressed out or a little bit, especially,
Overwhelmed?
yeah, because you don't know if you're going to really capture the moment. And it's a tough job.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
It's a
It's not just you go and you shoot. No, you cannot, like you said, it happened once and that's it.
Yes.
So you need to make the
Yes.
best of that, the time that you have with the bride and the groom and the guests and everything. I'm
Yeah.
quickly going to share the screen because I'm going to show people a little bit on your Instagram, from your post.
Sure.
Right. So we're going to share the screen and let me just get this one here. Great. So can we see that? Yes. So this is your Instagram, but I mean, you have Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, a website, everything.
Okay. So tell me a little bit. Let me choose one from these. Like this is like a very nice black and white. I love black and white photography. I know
Yeah.
not everybody's in favor, but I think,
I love black and white. It's one of my favorites.
mm,
You can see that every now and then I post a black and white.
yeah.
And in fact, today I'm going to post another one, which is also black and white.
Okay. So we love black and white, me and you, and I think a lot of photographers out there, they do, but I know people from the Indian culture, they love colorful things. Is that correct? So they
We
like
do
to
love
see the
art.
color.
Yeah, the events itself are very colorful, but a lot of people enjoy the timelessness of a black and white photograph. We've actually had a wedding where the bride's father, who's a photographer himself, said, "Could you do a whole series of black and white shots?
Mm-mm.
Not just portraits, but like in general, just black and white shots." And
Yeah,
we were like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that. We like that."
yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm seeing a variety of images here, and I really like what I'm seeing, especially this one here. This is my kind of style as well. I like things
I
not
love
very,
them.
yeah, it's very abstract yet interesting. You wonder what is going on, behind. Um,
Which is why the caption says what it says, the biochemistry, because this particular client for me is very special. A lot of my clients end up becoming friends, but these guys, both of them are, they're like my buddies.
ah,
And their engagement, their mehendi that we had before the engagement
mm,
is probably one of my most favorite shoots of this year so far.
mm,
And we had the most amazing call where the groom called me and he goes like, "Hi, I'm looking for a photographer. I saw your name in a post with some 150 names there for photographer references, and I picked up your profile and you're everything that I was looking for." And I'm like, "Okay." And then we had this long chat for I think 40-45 minutes. And then he said, "Okay, can we do a Zoom call with my fiance?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that." We did the Zoom call and we three just clicked. We clicked. The bride actually surprised the groom with the engagement location, and I was the one chosen to break the news to him that we're not just doing a photo shoot here, we're actually doing the entire engagement here. And it was a very small 10 people's engagement, very close, and by far some of the most beautiful portraits. And for me, one of the things that's very important is to get the love out of the two people who I'm shooting.
mm,
So, sorry. So for me, it's like with them, it wasn't even that much of a challenge.
yeah.
They just came through and they forgot that the camera was around and they were just within themselves. So, and
Mm,
that one particular shot, because it was taken at home, it was a very simple ceremony
mm,
of the mehendi. And there was really nothing for me to play with in terms of decor or portraiture otherwise. So we had to kind of think outside the box or think a little differently.
mm.
So these shots came about, and I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, no, I like your profile, and we should support each other, women out there. We should support each
Absolutely.
other in business and personal life, building each other up, building, 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 because this is what the Ladies Enrichment Club is about. We are supporting no matter what
Right.
you do, no matter what service you give, what product you make, we need to support each other
Support
in
each.
these days. But I'm going to ask you something because we talk a lot about your business and it's so amazing to hear your story. Um, but I would like to go ahead to our number 4 question here is give some advice to women out there that wants to start something, like short and sweet advice.
Just do it. Just do it. If you have an idea, if you have a concept, if you have the willpower to make a name for yourself, do something. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be numerous amount of challenges, but you will eventually find your way because you're strong enough. And honestly, I can say this as a photographer. I'm a one-woman army. I do everything myself. I don't hire people. I do it myself unless and until I need somebody for a wedding. So, yeah, if you feel that you are lacking support, there are a lot of communities, a lot of women out there supporting each other. Reach out to us. We'll help you. Meet up for a coffee, talk, share ideas, and don't be afraid. No idea is a stupid idea. No idea is not good enough because there are a million female photographers, and yet in a city like Dubai or a country like UAE, female photographers are really respected. We are valued, and I think for no matter what business one chooses to do, as long as you are confident about your product and you're
Mhm.
confident that you can deliver, um, just go ahead with it. And there will be times where you will be not as confident, feeling low.
Yeah,
Just grab another girlfriend, find another female entrepreneur, and just go out, have a coffee, go out for a drink, whatever works, and you'll be fine.
yeah,
So I do that. I do that a lot because I have female entrepreneurs in my family. My aunt is one. And if I'm feeling low, I just go to her. And I'm like, "Hi, I need to talk." And she's like, you want a coffee? I was like, yeah, okay. And then 15, 20 minutes later, we're good. So yeah.
Yeah. It's reaching out, staying positive. Don't let the
Yes.
negative feelings creep up on you. That's what I'm always
Yes.
saying. Like, don't let it
And don't let people
overwhelm.
influence you negatively, I think, because a lot of people pull you down. And Zelda, I'll say this very openly on this platform, that when I started off and I wanted to, I was about 22. And everyone told me that you're a girl who's going to take your responsibility. And I was like, I don't need anybody to take my responsibility. Just let me be creative. Let me do my job
Yeah,
and give me a chance to prove that I can do it. Because 7, 8 years back, there weren't enough female photographers, or we were not as openly in the market as we are today.
yeah,
And the biggest challenge we face in a very male dominated world is people having to push us down, that, oh, you're a photographer, you can't do that. You know, it's a man's job. It's like, no, it's a creative job. Anyone can do it. I can be creative. Or if I see something from my perspective, like I always say one thing, that we can't teach each other photography. We
mm,
can teach the basics of working with a camera, but I cannot teach you, or you cannot teach me perspective. Perspective is something that belongs to us. How we see a product, you'd see a product very differently than how I'd see a product. And that's creativity. So your creativity is best known to you, and there are people out there, no matter what field you are, who will understand your creativity and your perspective over mine, or vice versa. So there's always a photographer out there for you, for your perspective, for your budget, for what you're looking for, how you want it. And yet, at the same time, be very careful about who you hire, because that person is going to make your life and give you memories which are precious.
yeah.
So
That's
one thing out there
want
that,
to I want to totally agree with you there, because being a photographer, being a good photographer, means you're going to give the client excellent images, like images that they will be proud of, that you would be proud of. Lots of people go out, they buy a camera and they think, now I'm going to just do, wedding photography or
the best photographer
studio
in the world.
photography. Studio photography, you need to know your lights and your things that's going on around you. You need to know
Yes.
the setup. So I would also agree with you. Make sure that if you hire a photographer, make sure that they have a little bit of background.
Don't cut off when it comes to a photographer. Don't cut off when it comes to your event planner, and don't cut off when it comes to your makeup artist. This is something that I say to everybody, that these people are the ones who make your day and make you look your best, feel your best, and keep you calm,
Yeah,
and give you memories that are going to be with you forever. So,
thank
uh,
you. That's
yeah,
amazing,
one.
amazing. Thank you. Urvashi, I want to ask you to share your social media accounts with us. You're on 3 different platforms. You can I already shared the Instagram now, but you can say it again.
So my Instagram is Fables and Hues. So is Facebook, and the website is www.fablesandhues.com. Fables and Hues itself, I'm just going to add a little backstory, is a name that my parents and I coined together,
Mm,
because we had no idea for a name till the night before me going and signing the papers for the company. And I told my mom that I wanted hues, because what I do is all about colors. And she was like, but what you do is also all about stories. So,
oh,
Fables and Hues comes together. And that is how Fables and Hues came together, in like a matter of half an hour of mom, dad, and me sitting past midnight over a cup of coffee and thinking of a name.
that's
So
such a
Fables and
lovely
Hues, yeah,
story. Thanks for sharing that with us.
yeah,
Last but not least, we would like to know if you would like to do a giveaway or
yes,
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 correct.
yes, yes. So one of the things that I personally feel is that our entire society right now is driven by social media. It's all about the content that we put out. It's about how we post it, what time we post it, what's the hashtag, the caption, blah, 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 blah. But the most important thing is the visual. So a lot of people starting out especially are not aware of basic photography skills and basic camera settings that they must keep in mind when shooting whatever products that they are selling, or even if they are doing YouTube videos or vlogs or anything in general. Everything requires a video or a photograph for you to market that. So what I have in store for everyone watching here today is that you have a chance to get a photography one-on-one course where I will explain to you the basics of photography, and you can just have a foundation so that you can start building up your content and your social media, and you can develop it with practice. And just it's basically just going to be a guide for you to start off so that you have your basic skills in place.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for that giveaway. So that giveaway is going to go on our next week. For 2 weeks long, we're going to run your giveaway. And so people have a good chance to comment on your YouTube giveaway video and stand a chance to win that lovely session with you.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment, very important.
Yeah, because that's how we're going to draw the winner. Thank you so much, Urvashi, and thanks for this lovely interview we had just now. And
thank you.
Best of luck for your.
I think I just want to take a moment to say that you're doing an absolutely fabulous job of putting women together and creating an entire community. So thank you for coming forward and making a platform and a community for female entrepreneurs to come forward and express themselves and put their businesses out there. So a big, big thank you to you. And I'm always here whenever anyone in the community needs any kind of help. So even if you need anything, I'm always here, I'm a call away. And you can get in touch with me on Facebook or WhatsApp or wherever, Instagram, and I'll be happy to connect.
Yeah, like for some inspiration, right? Great.
Yeah, for inspiration. Sometimes you just need a little pickups, and sometimes it's nothing. You just need a coffee. So, and
I would like to meet with you one day. We will meet up for sure. And
definitely, for sure.
My pleasure helping women all over the world. This drives me. This is close to my heart. I feel that I was put on earth to support. So that's why we have this lady support group.
That's your calling.
That's my calling. Absolutely. That's my calling. I would like to say thanks once again, and I hope that you're going to have a great day. Thank you, Urvashi, for inspiring us.
Thank you. Bye.